Alrighty, so this is in your book. It is check. It's example 2. It's the check that's underneath it. So we're going to do this problem. We're going to start the same way we did the other one. So we are solving it in or converting it into the slope intercept form. And then we're putting it on a graph, and then we're seeing where the graphs meet. So let's get started with that. We're going to move the negative 14x to both sides, because we want this y to be all by itself. And we are dividing by 2 on both sides. So we have y equals negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Negative 6 divided by 2 is, no, negative 6 divided by positive 2, sorry, is minus 3. Okay, so now on the other side, we have this mess. We need to get the y by itself. So we want to go minus 8x on both sides. And now we have negative 4y equals negative 8x minus 24. We're going to divide by negative 4 on both sides. Whoops, not negative 4y. Okay, so we have y equals negative 8 divided by negative 4 is positive 2x. Negative 24 divided by negative 4 is positive 6. So now we have 2 equations that we can use. And I'm going to grab my larger Cartesian graph, but I'm going to make it small so it fits. Okay, I think that'll be good enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this. Let me make that go away. So we have a y-intercept right here of negative 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm not on the pen, so I just moved the whole graph. That was cute. So 1, 2, 3 down. And I'm going to go with my slope is negative 7. So down 7, I know that that's all the way down to the bottom. Let me get rid of this guy. And over 1. So here we go. There's one spot. And I'm also going to go up 7 and over 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1. So I know I have a point right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's slightly above, but here we go anyway. So I have that line that I can go ahead and graph. I know my line is not very straight, but at least I've got those points to kind of guide me of where it was supposed to go through. So let's take a look at this second one. I'm going to use a different color green for its points. So we have plus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right here. And we are going up 2, 1, 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. We're going to go the same thing in the negative direction. Down 2 over 1. Look at that. I found a match. 1, 2 over 1. That's probably sufficient since we found a spot that they cross. So let me go ahead and draw this line right through those little X's that I made. Okay, and it looks like we have an intersection point right here because we have the light green and the dark green. So let's try and figure that out. It's at negative 1. Okay, so I'm going to write that over here. Nope, that's on my glass. Broken here. Okay, so that is at negative 1, comma, and let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4. So negative 1, comma 4. Again, this is consistent because it has at least one solution, and it is independent because it has exactly one solution. So we're going to do one more example here, and then I'm going to let you stop and do homework, but make sure that you've written all this down. If you're shaky, if you have questions, if you're struggling to convert these equations into something that is more useful, you need to go back to the last lesson and practice. But let's go ahead and try this next one. So we have 7x plus 2y equals 16. And then I also have negative 21x minus 6y equals 24. All right, so let's go ahead and put this into slope intercept form. I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. So I have 2y equals negative 7x plus 16. And I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. So I have y equals 7 over 2x plus 8. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and graph this one first. I kind of want to just see what I'm working with. So here we go. This is going to be where I graph my lines. Let me get rid of that and pull this up. So I have plus 8. So 8 is right here for my y-intersection. And I have up 7 over 2, which is kind of farther than I want to go with that. I lost my negative. I need this negative. Look, I had a negative here and I didn't have it there. Okay, so yeah, I lost this negative, so I've written it here. So I'm actually going to go down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, right there. Okay, so I'm going to keep that trend. So now I'm going to go ahead. Oh, right. Maybe draw my line. Oh, that was a terrible line. Try again. Still terrible. How am I broken? I don't know. I don't have a ruler or anything. I'm trying to draw like on the table and have it show up in front of me. I think that's part of my problem. All right, let's go ahead and convert this one to slope-intercept form. Let's add the 21x to both sides. Okay, so we have negative 6y equals 21x plus 24 divided by negative 6 on both sides. So we have y equals 21 over 6 with the negative plus, nope, that's going to be minus. We have plus 24 minus or divided by negative 6 is going to be minus 4. Okay, and let's reduce this fraction. This fraction can be reduced if we divide by 3 over 3. So negative 21 divided by 3 is negative 7. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we have y equals negative 7 over 2x minus 4. And you might have noticed something special about this already, but no spoilers, so I'm not going to spoil it yet. Okay, so I did my minus 4 here. I'm going to go down 7 over 1. Nope, over 2. I'm going to go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 2. And up 7 over 2, I think is right here. I might not have drawn that exactly right. But what do we notice about this line? Do we think these are ever going to cross each other? Not really, because these are parallel. Okay, so the lines are parallel. Let's talk about what we know about that. Okay, I did this on purpose. I graphed it first and then I graphed the second one because look, that made us totally forget that we had the same slopes. But if you pay attention, you might notice that it has the same slope and you might not even have to graph it. So pay attention to that. You can save yourself some steps. So we're going to call this inconsistent because it has no solutions. And we don't have to choose dependent or independent because we know it's inconsistent. So that's how you're doing these kinds of things. Let me know if you have questions.